Hi guys, how you doing? Yo. We gotta let it fly. I'm just gonna chill the channel, the live stream a little bit. How's everybody doing? Breaking on the downside. J, yes it can. Okay guys, okay. We're gonna just abruptly end the music there. I'm sorry, but you know, sometimes that happens. By the way, if you wanna continue listening to the music, down in the description, there is a link to the song from the legendary band The Man, TF Fans Club member as well. So how's everybody doing? Batch Guitar is in the chat. Let's go. Shamali, Anecdotal Smith, let's do this. We are in consolidation. Batch, Demjan, Johnson, Farid, hi Tila, hi everyone. Linda is in the chat from UK. Nate Spurs. I've been seeing a lot of Nate Spurs lately. Hey man, how you doing? Pitbull was greeting lots of hate earlier. I haven't tuned into him in months, but he was getting loads of it. You know what he was getting the hate for? That's the important stuff. Why is the like button unsmashed, guys? Yeah, why is the like button unsmashed? I am bearish, but I don't care if it drops. I simply buy more. Music is fly. Crypto bubble. Yeah, everybody loves this song, man. Everybody loves the song. Your girlfriend called Lena Watson, one true story. This channel is so underrated. Of course it's underrated, man. We got Bart Simpson on the chart. You know, we are 2 days from popping this on the chart as well. You know, 2 days away. So that's gonna be lit. Good evening, Batch. Sat here listening to great music, looking at my fish tank. Fish look like they are swimming into the music. I think they do have feelings, you know. They cannot sense a lot of things, but you know, vibration and stuff like that, they definitely can sense that. So do play some music for the fish. I got a big tank, like 1,000 liters. I got a koi. I don't know what's called in English, but you know, it's in Norwegian koi. Can we go down to 100 MI 35,311? Yes, it can. If we go down, yes, it can. Highlighter, thanks for updates. Of course. Fish are swimming to the music. Roll okay, when full moon, sir? 2 days left. Just the pattern of them swimming pool. 1 second chart, not yet. We need some volatility for a 1 second chart. That's gonna be lit. My girlfriend loves you. SK99, send some love back. Saiful Alam, yo. Dushan, yo, how you doing? You think Elon will win the Twitter offer? I think he will. So we're gonna talk about Elon in a second as well. Bart has funny hair, very underrated channel. Keith, Mario, Bob. What does the full moon mean again? Start of the pump. Yeah, that's what we're expecting. It's a full moon, it's pump moon, new moon, it's dump moon. First on like button, thanks for reminder. Everybody smash the like button. There you go. We went through the chat. So what we having here, this is on the 1 hourly time frame, but we are having some kind of, you know, Bart Simpson pattern up here. We came up here, we tried to get out of you know, this whatever this was up here, some kind of, you know, some kind of triangle pattern up here. There was also a big resistance up here, I'm going to show you. Then we went down. We said the, you know, probability was on downside. If you were watching today's Bitcoin earlier, Bitcoin daily earlier today, you would know that we are, you know, looking for this to downside. I was actually hoping that this level down here will hold. It did not hold. We went all the way back down, and now we are breaking that level as well. So kind of looks not the best one. Doesn't look the best right now, but you know, it will, you know, eventually look the best, but right now it's not looking the best. So let's go start talking about Twitter, guys, you know, because I do want to mention Elon Musk, because this is very bullish for Dogecoin, guys. Nije Demjan, nego Demjan. Okay, Demjan. Demjan, Demi, Demo, kako god hoćeš, a? Let's go, bro. Yeah, let's go. Big Tuna Crypto is in the chat as well. Hi, man. He's got a crypto channel, so do check the guy out. Big Tuna Crypto, BTC. I made an offer to the second CC here. Elon Musk made an offer for buying Twitter. Now, this is actually very good news, because he actually bought, as everybody knows, 9% of Twitter not so long ago, right? And he was trying to get on the board of the executive so he can, you know, have some impact on Twitter. Unfortunately, from what I've heard, they did not allow him to get on the board. That means that all the ideas he has to implement, it doesn't go through, right? And he wants to, you know, be in charge of Twitter. There was, from what I also know, there was also I think there was also some you know, clauses in the contract on the buying the 9% that he cannot go on 40%, but I think he accepted that, you know, assuming he would get on the board. But when that didn't happen, right now, you know, the only way to get on the board on Twitter and change Twitter is to buy the Twitter out. So will this get accepted? And I think it will get accepted. Over here, writing just a note to Elon wanting to buy Twitter and likelihood of it getting accepted. If they don't accept, he will sell his stock. First off, a sell-off will dump the price, and then stock will continue to go down. So most of them will accept the offer. And I continue to write down here as well. This is very good for Twitter. Probability is also there is something to do with Dogecoin, meaning bullish for Dogecoin. So I'm going to show you this over here. But first, why will they accept the offer? Now he's offering something like 46 billion to buy, you know, Twitter, and at a price of 54 per share. So if you go to Twitter right now, I think it's right below it, or should be around. It's right now trading at 45. Right now trading at 45, but he's offering to buy Twitter at 54 up here. So this line, we can go to the monthly time frame up here. So you can see here, it's not that far. I mean, you know, Twitter was up at 80, you know, when it exploded towards upside, right now pulling back. But he's offering, you can see here, let's see on the daily time frame. Yeah, on the daily time frame, you can see here that we were there, you know, a couple of weeks ago, down up to 54. He's offering to buy at 54, you know, entire company. And the problem with not accepting the offer, the way I see it, is there will, you know, he said also in a at least from what I read in the Norwegian paper, maybe I should try to find the article up here, Finansavisen. I think it was over here. I don't remember where. Wait. So he says here, this is in Norwegian, but I'll translate. This is my best and the last offer, and if this doesn't get accepted, I will have to revalue my position as stockholder. So he's threatening with selling 9% of the stock. That will mean, you know, crushing the price to the downside, right? So he's a threat towards Twitter with, you know, selling the 9%, which is a huge position. Selling the big position, and also he's, you know, offering to buy the company at 54. Now, if he does sell it, number one, he'll you know, Twitter will lose a lot of, you know, a lot of bullishness. There will be other people selling and stuff like that. So, you know, the price will tank definitely towards downside, towards downside. So I think a lot of, you know, stockholders will accept the offer and accept the 54, because there is a probability that over time, you know, they will be able to buy the, you know, maybe he'll take it off the public, maybe they'll take off Twitter off public, but you know, maybe, you know, stock will definitely rise after he buys, and you know, he won't be holding 100% of the stock forever, so he will definitely sell some of the stock over time, and that means, you know, that might be very, very bullish for the price. So you know, selling right now for a very decent price of 54 might be a good offer for a lot of people, because they know, you know, at later point they might buy in and continue towards upside, because if Elon buys the company, you know, it's only a matter of time when it's gonna, you know, explode towards upside, because everything he touches turns into gold. And this is very, very bullish for crypto, guys. This is very bullish, not for crypto, for Dogecoin. And I'll show you up here why it is very, very bullish for Dogecoin. If you go to his Twitter and go to read tweets and replies, and you go a little bit down, I don't remember when he said that he was talking about Twitter. Let me go here exactly. Over here he talks about you know, taking price should probably be 2 a month. So he's talking about you know, taking payment to get rid of, you know, these bots on Twitter, and also to getting some kind of check mark, not for influencers and, you know, famous persons, celebrities, but you know, for everybody else, so you can buy the check mark to, you know, verify your account. It should be something very, very low, and you know, different countries should have, you know, different pay, but it should be very, very low, right? And during this time he said maybe even an option to pay in Doge. So he already has idea to use Dogecoin on Twitter, guys. If this happens, you know, it's only a rumor right now. I don't think it's even a rumor. I mean, technically it is a rumor, because you know, he's already saying so. A lot of people are thinking it, but it might, if he gets if Twitter accepts the offer at 54%, you know, $54 for the company. And I think that's very bullish for Dogecoin. You can also see right now on the chart, right now, if you go to the chart on of Dogecoin, right now it's 0. It's in green. It's not that much in green. It's a little bit in green, but you know, it is holding certain levels up here. It is creating some kind of inverse head it's just creating a regular head and shoulders pattern, maybe. But it is keeping in green. Most of the coins right now are in like 2-3% in red right now, so it is holding up a little bit. So I think there is some bullishness going over there. So not financial advice, you do with your money what you want to do with money, but if the offer gets accepted and he gets on the board and he can be allowed to implement changes on Twitter, I think that's very, very good news for Dogecoin, because I explained this before. I've been telling you before. You're like, I don't know if Shiba Inu is gonna be here in 10 years. I don't know if, you know, SafeMoon is gonna be here in 10 years. But Dogecoin is gonna be here in 10 years if Elon Musk keeps on holding this Dogecoin. And he's really serious about Dogecoin. He also holds a big position of Dogecoin. And I always tell people, you know, you don't know who CEO of Shiba Inu is. You don't know who is you know, CEO of SafeMoon is, but CEO of Dogecoin, even if it's not, you know, official, unofficial CEO of Dogecoin, the ambassador of Dogecoin is Elon Musk. The biggest thing in, you know, tech universe, you know, that's Elon Musk. Like, shilling Dogecoin after that is gonna be, you know, very easy. So keep in mind that about Dogecoin. I think Dogecoin is even though it's been bleeding, you know, forever towards downside after it hit some kind of 0.77, I don't believe the price is gonna stay down here or down here. I don't know how much down we have more room. If Bitcoin dumps on the downside, it can be pretty you know, devastating, you know, towards downside. But eventually, right, when Bitcoin starts going towards upside again, when we get a second euphoria and stuff like that up here, you know, it can definitely pump towards the upside. Definitely. He refused to join, didn't get rejected. He refused to join. If they don't sell Twitter crashes hard, he has them over a barrel. Yeah, if they don't accept Twitter, I think Twitter will crash hard, at least in short term. He rejected because he was not allowed to move more than 50% of something like that. Okay. So they so basically they made some kind of you know, they made some kind of, you can get on the board if you don't buy above 15%. So because I was reading 14 point something percent, I wasn't sure if that was in the question or something like that, but he was like, you cannot get above 14.5%, something like that. I don't know. So I don't know full story there, but I do know that he's not on the board, and right now he wants to get on the board. So reason why he's not on the board, you know, that might be a little bit, you know, foggy for me right there. But you know, the general story holds. He wants to get on the board. He wants to implement changes. He wants to change Twitter. He sees huge potential in Twitter, and he's you know, Dodge daddy. So you know, just saying, just putting it out there. Cup and handle on Twitter. Yeah, cup and handle on Twitter. He'll short his position. I mean, he can do that, like, but you know, nah, I don't think he'll short position or anything like that. He had people that are shorting Tesla, so he doesn't have that. That, you know, he's not guy, you know, just, you know, shorting for shorting. He likes to, you know, go long. He likes to, you know, play the ball. You know, he's not, you know, he's not trader. He don't care. He like to buy, hold, you know, do stuff, you know, and it works for him. So the royal prince, who is large holder of Twitter, said he will not allow Elon to buy Twitter. Yeah, I mean, there's a big problem up here. There's a big problem up here because a lot of people that are holding big, you know, positions on Twitter, they are not interested in money. You have to understand that you know, people that are holding large positions in YouTube, Google, Facebook, they are not interested in money. They got a lot of money. They're not interested in money. They don't care, you know, if they can buy, you know, they can get a good, decent price for something. The thing about, you know, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, newspapers, these are, you know, these are social medias. These are medias of news. These are medias of you know, manipulation, market manipulation, and so forth, right? You know, population control, and so forth. So it's a very important medium. It has a very large user base, and they are not gonna sell that that easy. I think I'm aware of that, but a lot of these small stockholders will, and he doesn't need 100%. He doesn't need 100% of the company, but he needs above 50%, you know, to get on that. To get on that board. So we'll see how far he gets with that. If Elon buys Twitter, it's going private instantly, dude. Yeah, even if it goes private, it doesn't matter. He buys Twitter, it goes private, no problem whatsoever, right? It goes private, no problem whatsoever. And the thing is, he won't keep it private forever, you know, because he will still need money for other stuff, you know, maybe investments, you know, and he will open it for public. The XY pumped today, that's why BTC is going down. It did not pump today, it's up like 0.47 on the day. I wouldn't say this is a pump, this is a daily pump. It's such a small pump, you know. Well, you know, one of these candles doesn't, you know, long-term projection on this up here is still towards the upside. And as long as this doesn't break the trend, right now it is increasing the trend towards the upside up here. You can see here it did start increase the trend up here. I think it started increasing the trend. So this is, I think this is one of the, you know, this move can continue for a while, and then you'll get some kind. This looks like it's going parabolic right now. So I definitely think that you know, yeah, very soon, I might be June, July, something like that. There is also very nice correlation with the moons over there, you know, the apogee and perigee moons and stuff like that. This is gonna have some kind of blow off top, and it will have to, you know, consolidate on the downside. And once this consolidation kicks in, I think, you know, Bitcoin might just explode towards the upside. So it might be very good for Bitcoin. But right now, it is definitely going towards the upside. So, you know, for Bitcoin to climb while, you know, dollar is going towards the upside is kind of hard. He only reheated, I don't know what that means, the board is talking about prime. I mean, if they don't sell. Doge forming inverted head and shoulders on the daily. Maybe it does. I haven't checked, I looked at that much on Dogecoin. Charts don't look so great, but I feel this market is more unpredictable than ever before. Next 2 months, I'm bullish. After next 2 months. I'll show you why. Why right now I'm bullish after next 2 months. So this chart over here, this is our famous you know, moon chart. And as you can see up here, there are special dates that are very, very important on this chart over here. And what you're gonna see is these three dates. This is 13 July, 27 July, and 11 July. So between 13 and 11 July up here, These are very, very important dates. These are what we call, you know, supermoons and micromoons. I don't remember whether this is a supermoon or micromoon, but these often indicate some kind of a bottom, some kind of top up here, some kind of bottom down there. They often indicate some kind of very special events, right? Very special events. And up here, it just might be so that we hit some kind of bottom down here around, you know, June, July. Right over here, June, July, some kind of bottom down there. And if that happens, you know, we are definitely going, you know, if we continue down here, if we find some kind of bottom down here, we're gonna be screaming bullish like, you know, forever. Also, another important, very important date to notice is 22nd November 2022. It's not just that it's 22/11/22, or like you Americans, you know, from the United States, you know, saying 11/22/22, but we are looking at 22/11/22, right? And you know, planets. This is a planet date. It's not moon date, it's a planet date. Very important date as well, because planets are aligned, you know. You got a Venus, Mercury, Earth and Mars in line with together on this exact date over here. So it's gonna be a very special day. So do keep in mind on this, you know, keep an eye on this date over here, and these three moons. I don't remember that's full moon or what kind. Let's check that right now. What kind of moons are they? So 22nd up here down, May, June 14 is a supermoon. This is the one, supermoon. And then you got July 13, that's also supermoon. And June 29th is the new moon. So yeah, we got two supermoons. This 29th, yeah. So this over here will be supermoon and supermoon. So you got two supermoons right over here down here, and you got a regular new moon over here. So this might be very super, you know, hugely bullish for Bitcoin, this area over here. So, you know, people are, hey man, astrology, hey man, moons, hey man, what WTF are you doing? Yeah, we know. You millionaire, you think you know stuff. No, we billionaires, we know stuff, you know, we know stuff. So we are definitely looking at these dates over here, you know, but important date as well, 22nd November 22. So over here, I don't think this will hit any kind of top. If this is some kind of bottom, I'm looking at these dates over here. So do make sure these dates happen, you know, do make sure, you know, to follow these dates. Now people are saying in the chat, BTC dump. We're gonna check it out. It's not gonna dump that fast, but you know, it's gonna dump. Musk will reinstate Trump's account when bought. I don't think he'll. If let's assume Elon does buy Twitter. Let's assume he gets on the board. Let's assume he gets majority. The problem is that you know, there's a lot of politics around Twitter. You know, Twitter is not, you know, just a company, you know, run by some guy. That guy on the top has both friends and enemies that are coming to him and saying, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. If you do this, we'll do that. If you don't do this, we'll do that. Yeah, you know, and you know, some kind of pressure can be put on Musk to not reinstate Trump. And there is a lot of tools to do that. So whether Trump is going to be reinstated on Twitter or not, I would like that, because, you know, freedom of speech and all this shebang, right? But, and I just Trump, like everybody, like free speech. But the problem is, you know, that's not the world we live in right now. I mean, I know that people think that, you know, democracy, free speech and stuff like that, free press, but, you know, that doesn't work. That's like, you know, that's like shades they put over your glasses, you know, to don't ask questions, you know. If you want to know how the real world works, you know, look at, you know, China and stuff like that. Like, they control the internet, they control the narrative, they control everything, you know. Same thing over here, but we won't go into politics, you know, because, you know, who cares about politics, right? It just makes your heart go dung, 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 you know, you worry, like, enjoy the sun. As long as you're an ant, don't care what, you know, the lion is doing up in the, you know, mountains. You know, if you're an ant, keep with the ants. When you become lion, you know, do the lion stuff. S&P also dumping, yeah. Long-term Doge may boom, right? But I mean, hey, I made a gang of loot of a Doge. Yes, it's been bleeding for months, but everybody loves an underdog. Even it's a S-coin, Elmo. Am I watching BTC chart or astrology? Right now astrology, but that's BTC. Okay, now BTC is dumping, so let's go check out BTC down here in the 4-hourly time frame. What you're gonna see here, we are dumping below the support down here. I just drew this support down here on the 4-hourly time frame. You can see that we held that support on the 4-hourly. This is some kind of trend line over here. This was some kind of you know, this can be ignored over here, and it is going a little bit. Okay, be right back. Okay, all good guys. It's not my baby, it's some other baby. So this line can be drawn a little bit differently. Maybe let's try to, you know, adjust a little bit up here. It should hit all of these wicks up here. Red wick, no. Not quite sure about that one. Up here, down here. Now let's go to the 1 hour. Let's see if we can actually draw it a little bit better up here, because you know it's important to draw it nicely. You want to have a lot of hits on the lines, give or take. It can be also this one up here, down there. I would like to use these bottoms down here somewhere, and this one up here. Maybe broken right now, continue tapping. There's a different way you can draw this line. Doesn't matter. What we have been looking for today on the Bitcoin daily down up here, 9 o'clock up here. We are exactly up here, and we are looking at the triangle up here. And we said that probability right now is, you know, to go on the downside. You can see here we broke on downside, came up there, retested that, and as soon as we retested, right back down again. So we create this, you know, famous bar pattern on the chart. And right now we are going bar down again. And now the question is, will this support area down here hold, or will we break on the downside? Now this is the last support level that we are at, and it does kind of look scary a little bit up here. So let's remove a couple of lines up here as well. Remove this one and remove this one up here. So this, as you can see up here, this is the triangle that we've been watching for a very long time right now. And when we are dumping on the downside down here, we said, you know, it's very, you know, low probability it will actually break on downside, because it was, you know, some kind of pulse move that often bounced towards upside. It bounced towards upside exactly on the dollar 2 times. You can see both of these wicks comes to the dollar, technically on the dollar, and right now we are going towards downside. Now if this becomes a bearish engulfing candle up here on the daily time frame, we still got something like 5 hours left for this candle to close. This is a daily chart, but if we get some kind of bearish engulfing candle up here, I would be you know, a lot more bearish on the move towards the downside down here. Now if we do break the move on the downside, we are looking at some kind of dump down here, guys. We are looking at some kind of dump down here, and it's not very, it doesn't look very good, because this move was kind of expected. You know, you break something on downside, you retest that, and you go down again, right? Just like we did here on the 1 hourly time frame. Let me show you up here. There was a trend line up here, give or take up here, right? So when you break something, right, when you break something, you go back up there, you retest that resistance, sorry, that's previous support. This was previous support. You retest that previous support as a resistance, and then when you fail that, you continue going on downside. And that's exactly what's happening right now on the daily time frame. So we are getting this daily rejection up here on the very, very important resistance up here inside the triangle towards the downside. So if this, not only if you get rejected, but if you get rejected and create this bearish engulfing candle up here, I would assume that, you know, this should continue on the downside. So we don't see that, but that's how it looks to me right now. There is still definitely, you know, options here to hold this level of support down here, 1, 2, almost 3 times up here. This is gonna be 4 times, you know, but it does look scary. Trend lines, moon phase, it doesn't get much better than this. Yeah, this is, I mean, we got everything, guys. If it works, we got it. If it works, we got it. Beats can dump and still be out of it. If it breaks 37.53, then we might be in trouble. Lower low. True. Now this on the short-term chart, guys. This is a short-term chart. So when it dumps down here, I'm not saying that we are going to 20,000, but I'm just saying that it can be a little bit, you know, more volatile dump than usual, because you are breaking very important resistance. So I'm expecting some kind of dump down here to some kind of levels, maybe a retest down here, maybe a move towards downside, and then big dump on the downside eventually, right? You know, initial dump, I don't think it will be that great, because this is you know, rising trend lines, breaking the rising trend line towards downside, just, you know, have a small dump. Now once this starts having, once we, you know, find some, you know, trend line that goes on the downside and we break that, now that's a big dump, you know, and when that happens, we're gonna tell you about it, but right now we are not quite there yet. So the triangle is still, we are still inside triangle, but it does not look good though. Thanks for the 15 bucks, Big Tuna Crypto. Miners paying electricity bills. Yeah, mines are paying electricity bills. So I don't know how much are they gonna, you know, ultra dump income and leaving the support band on the weekly. Are we gonna look at big time frames, guys? I'm gonna look at big time frames, see what we are looking at. First off, down here, we already drew some lines up here. So let's go there and check that out. So first of all, there is this triangle up here that we checked out, but these two lines, you know, somehow some kind of it looks like some kind of bear flag, right? This is some kind of bear flag that looks like it wants to get on downside. That's why getting down here on downside, although we do have a lot of supports, we are a little bit unsure how good these supports are, because this bearish pattern, bear flag, you know, gives us some kind of target around 25,000 down here. Right, that's what we are looking at. If we break on the downside, we are looking, and that might correspond with this, you know, 13th of June, the full moon, super moon. People still don't believe in moons, but I'm telling you, on the super moon we are gonna hit the button, guys. There are two super moons coming on the 13th June and you know, 11th July. And if you don't believe in June, in full moons right now, at least have some kind of, you know, remove all the skepticism and be like a little bit open to the possibility that astrology, you know, the psychology of the moons have some kind of effect on us humans, and that this will reverse around, if we go downside, around 13th or 11th June, July. So, you know, that's gonna be nice. Better safe than sorry. Will we get a lower low? So the question is, of course, so this bear pennant, sorry, not bear flag looks like it might play out if and only if we break the trend line up here. Now depends where the trend line is. Maybe I've drawn a trend like this up here, but you know, maybe it's something like this as well. So maybe it's down here at some kind of 37,000 down here, a little bit low down here. And then we, you know, continue going towards upside up here. And I think that's hoping right now, because there's a little bit too much bearishness right now for us to, you know, just be able to pump towards the upside right off the bat. So we're gonna clean up chart up here. We're gonna go to the weekly time frame. So we are looking at some kind of, you know, weekly support levels and stuff like that, right? We like to look at lines that are, you know, having very nice that's getting respected, right? So this is one of the lines, right? There are of course other horizontal lines, one being there, one being here, especially these at 37.7. You can see, you know, we've been down here for, you know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you know, we pumped towards upside. So just because we go a little bit more down here doesn't mean that we are gonna go, you know, through everything. So breaking this triangle on the daily time frame doesn't mean that we are gonna go down. But if you start breaking something up here on the let's see up here, I think it should be up here if I'm not mistaken, something like this up here, right? Something like this. So that maybe there is this triangle up here on the weekly time frame as well that's gonna break, but this is not symmetrical triangle, so maybe it's like something like this, give or take. Oh, it's always give or take. Yeah, you see this line up here, it does look legit though. It does look legit. So maybe the weekly looks something like this up here. There is, you know, this zigzag up here, instead up here, down, up, try that, back down again. Yeah, this line, resistance line look legit. You can see also here in the middle up here that, you know, on the retest it came to the line. So the line is respected pretty heavily up there. Now the support line down here, you know, that's a little bit more, maybe something like this, because you're gonna 1, 2, maybe don't even have 2. Maybe something like this. The bottom line is not very right now very steady. We got also some kind of support levels up here. Let's just draw these support levels up here as well, where we are right now, 39,000. Down here as well, and down here we already broke that down here. So you see there's a bunch of lines on the downside, there is a bunch of line downside, but there is nothing between below, there is nothing below 31,764. There's nothing below that. Let's maybe there are some moving average. Yeah, there is a 200 moving average on the 200 moving average on the weekly time frame. Let's see here. daily, monthly, and you got also 50 moving average on the monthly time frame. So you can see down here, here's the big problem, guys. Here's the big problem. If we for whatever reason start dumping on downside, you go below 31.7 and you start closing below here, and you know, retesting this as some kind of a resistance, the price should be around 21,000, right? 21,000. Now we said that this bear pattern up here should get us to some kind of 25,000 up here, but it's not gonna go down to, you know, 20,000 right down, you know, this week. It's gonna go slowly around 13 June up here, right? Where is the 13 June? 13 June is the full moon, super moon, right? That's over here. That's the first, you know, full moon. So you can see this trend line up, this moving average, right? This 200 moving average. It's around 22,000, 23,000. If you move a little bit up, maybe it's gonna go a little bit up, 23,000. So it's in the ballpark area of this bear flag that's been forming up here, right? So this 200 moving average will give us support if you go down to some kind of 25,000, maybe even with a wick on the downside. Depends on how this actually plays out. You know, these things don't play out always on the dollar. So, you know, we are definitely looking at, if we start going on downside, we are definitely looking at this 200 moving average on the weekly time frame to give us, you know, the bottom. And once that's in, you know, it's only a matter of time, because here is, you know, the 13th June and here is the 11th of July, and these two are the bottoms. You can see this 200 moving average coming up here, so it's going to be around 25,000 bottom down here, at least, you know, from what we know. So right now we are mixing everything. We are mixing patterns, we are mixing trend lines, we are mixing the moons, we are mixing, you know, bullish news, anything we get. And right now it does look like because right now, you know, going right over here, you know, there is not enough bullishness. I don't see bullishness on the chart. I don't see the price, you know, moving in the right direction. I see that, you know, all the resistance are, you know, failing to get broken. So I'm more bearish than bullish, guys. Unfortunately, I'm more bearish than bullish right now. Let's see how the chat has answered the poll right now. 58% is bullish, 42% bearish after 171 votes. So people are still, you know, keeping a little bit more on bullish side, but I'm looking towards downside. I'm looking towards downside. I'm looking for this, you know, 24, 25 level, especially this 200 moving average. We are getting pretty close up here. Up here was down like 70,000, but this has been steadily moving towards the upside, so we might expect to be up here. So that's what we're looking. But you know, until we get to these levels up here, maybe these levels will break pretty fast. But that's all of the support we have right now. That's all of the support we have. All of these lines, all of these yellow lines. And of course, there should be a couple of trend lines up here, especially on the daily time frame as well. A couple of trend lines up here as well. But all of these lines up here, that's the support lines. And once you start, you know, we're gonna start looking, you know, how fast and how, you know, easy are we breaking the support on the downside. If you're looking that support is not getting broken or something like that on any of these lines, we're gonna call the bottom, guys. We're gonna call the bottom. But right now we are looking for more downside, especially if this, for example, this weekly time frame closes below this 10 moving average down here, because we are above everything right now. Going back down, we might see some kind of move up here towards upside and continue dumping on the downside as well. So we'll see how this actually plays out. But you know, I'm very bearish right now. If you guys see anything that's bullish, please do tell me. I played Monopoly with my family. I lost hard. You have to just, you know, people are always trying to buy these expensive stuff. No, that's not the trick in Monopoly. In Monopoly, the trick is to buy the cheapest stuff, you know, whole side of the cheapest stuff. Because, you know, building houses and building, you know, hotels on the cheap side is very easy. And, you know, likely if you buy entire side, you know, you get, you know, the chance are, you know, you will always be getting some kind of cash every round. Now, the problem is with, you know, everybody trying to buy this expensive stuff is that, number one, they cannot buy, you know, entire street. Number two, they have to build, you know, hotels and houses, and it takes time. And by the time you actually fall on one of those places, I mean, if you're bad luck, you're gonna fall like every single time. But you'll be generating enough money through your small stuff to actually, you know, be able to buy out, and they will fall on your stuff a lot more often than you will fall on their stuff. Sorry about that. Triple bottom scenario, 35.5. Here we go. Triple bottom up here on the 4 hourly, you know, this triple bottom 1 2 3, we can see here we had 1 2 3, so this is important support level, you cannot break that. So if right now we are already breaking that down here, and we got the down here line, so these two lines between what's that, between 39.7 and 39.5, so these two lines, if we break this on the 4 hourly time frame on the downside, because we created a very strong support, so if we went up that resistance and on the first move towards downside we actually break that, that's very bearish move. So you know, we won't like that, we won't like that. There is an indicator called ultimate oscillator. Seems the price could bottom out because it is on the same level as the corona dump. I don't know if this has something to do with it. Ultimate oscillator, let's check it out, let's check it out. We're gonna do it on this chart over here. We're gonna clear everything up here. That's bar Simpson pattern, and it's called ultimate oscillator. This one, ultimate oscillator. Oh, what is do? Oscillates, labels, price. Yeah, but what is do? What is do? It just shows you some levels, right? 50 is the middle, you know, it's just like my oscillator, you know, is the same. I think it's the same thing. Let's add TLA overextended indicator up here. Yeah, it's a little bit different, but you know, it's almost the same. Yeah, it does the same thing. So this indicator, ultimate oscillator, is almost the same thing as one. This one uses 40 moving average, mine is using 10 moving average. But you can use, you know, 10, 20, 50, you know, whichever average you want to get. The thing this does, it shows you some kind of overextended levels towards the downside or upside, right? But here's the problem. Just because you got overextend levels doesn't mean that you are not gonna dump after a while, because you can just consolidate. So big time frames up here, you can see on the weekly time frame, for example, we are nowhere near you know, some kind of overextend levels. Down here we're calling some kind of bottom, because down here we're calling some kind of bottoms, and we're calling some kind of reversal after we dumped, even when we started going a little bit towards the upside, because you know, it was such an overextended level. A corona dump was overextended level, you know, this capitulation phase was overextended level, this first big dump you know, after the blow off top was overextended. So these big huge weekly overextended levels do happen. Are we gonna have one of these again, you know, once we go down here, fast move towards downside, something like that? That kind of depends, we might also get a, you know, I said, you know, we might get bottom around the, you know, 13 June, but you know, this might just drop very fast towards downside, and then, you know, slowly build up, you know, and start the, you know, move towards upside at 13 June. You know, there's different ways this can play out. But right now in the weekly doesn't look overextended, the daily doesn't look overextended, you know, up here, you know, the overextension was actually down here. We're not calling the overextension, so you know, we are going down here on the daily time frame down here, and I was saying this is overextended levels, you know, there is no way we can break the support, and we didn't, and we bounced towards upside. But you know, everything was kind of, you know, pretty much, you know, given that is gonna happen. And right now, you know, this resistance was really important, but after, you know, after we are, you know, zigzagging up here for a while, I was like, there is no bullishness to break the resistance, and then right back down again. And we see that there is a lot of bearishness in the chart. So that's why I'm saying, if you guys can show me anything bullish on the chart, like, tell me, I will look at it, but I'm not seeing anything. I'm just seeing a lot more bearishness still on the downside, unfortunately. Also, there is this this trend line that's not yet broken. Let me see up here. Yeah, so we came up to the trend line. We are drawing trend line a little bit differently up here, something like this up here, maybe even something like this up here, right? And this looks like broken downside. There is different way to actually draw the trend line, but I was even trying to draw it something like this up here. Let me show you, like this. Where is it? Like this up here. So maybe this trend line up here will hold down here at, you know, at the bottom again. At the bottom again, it might have been this, you know, breakout, and right now back down here. So if this bottom holds at 39.5 and I see some kind of move towards the upside above the resistance at 41.2, then we become bullish. But right now, you know, it's really hard to become bullish, but you know, eventually we will become bullish, and you know, everything will go up. You know that this is gonna last for you know, at most 2 more months. So there is that. Bless you, dude. Thanks, man. Looks a bit giving us middle finger. Yeah, it does. It's creating a middle finger at least. I think my wife is something called the ultimate oscillator. She is behind. Oscillator is a wave calculator. Yeah. Now, oscillator just means, you know, it oscillates between a certain value. If you got some kind of zero value and some kind of null value, you know, something that goes between these two values, it oscillates between these two values, right? That's an oscillator. It just goes between. It cannot go higher than 1 and it cannot go lower than 0. So it oscillates, right? So RSI is an oscillator. MACD is not an oscillator because MACD can just keep rising, right? It looks like oscillating, but it's not oscillating. If you zoom out a long enough time, you'll see that these down here, you know, these levels that was 37, right now they are at, you know, some kind of 50 levels and, you know, 100 levels. And when BTC goes even higher towards the upside, when BTC even goes higher towards the upside, these you know, MACD waves will be a lot larger as well, right? So it's not an oscillator because it can just keep on getting higher and higher. RSI is an oscillator because it goes between 100 and 0 and cannot go below 0 and cannot go above 100. So it's oscillating between those numbers. Justin Mummy's sentiment cycle played out. It did? No, man. Justin Mummy's sentiment did not play out because, you know, we were watching it and Justin Mummy's sentiment, we are watching a pattern. Oh, you mean this pull to aversion? Aversion. Oh, aversion. No way. No way, man. So you got this up here, you break some like a neckline, you go down, so you go down, we went 2 times down here, right, without this panicked stuff, right? But you know, we are kind of panicking. And then we went down this time, this curve, and then a zigzag, right, zigzag, right, and then we had a, you know, this slow move towards the upside, but we had a just fast move towards the upside. Then we had kind of top up here activity, there was activity up here, then right back down, right now it's aversion. And like we said last time, this move towards the upside up here, you know, denial, where is it going? Up here, denial. I'm telling you guys, this is not denial, this is, we know what's up. If we get for whatever reason back, no, sorry, not up there. If you get for whatever reason up, no, sorry, this cannot be playing out, yeah. No, up here is denial. Sorry, I was thinking that, you know, up here. Nah, returning confidence. Yeah, of course, returning confidence. This is returning confidence up here. Up here is denial. But if you get back up here, I'm gonna be in denial a little bit, maybe a little bit, right? Up here, I was thinking this move up here is all the way up here. Of course, that's not denial. That's confidence. You can see returning confidence. So if you get back there, you know, it's returning confidence. But we need to do this move towards the upside. We need to break this stop up here towards the upside. If we can do that, I think we're good. But yeah, I mean, this is playing almost on the T, to the T, or whatever you call it. So it looks nice. Justin Mummy's sentinel cycle. I don't know what this is. I should probably tweet this. I don't know why. Image. Oh man. Not on this one. Not on this one. Up here, down here. Click on this over here. Copy that. Go to Twitter. Click this. Tweet, no, not Elon Musk, not there, just go home, tweet, click image, there we go. You guys believe? Somebody posted this yesterday to me, I don't know who it is, so I cannot credit you, but Bliatman, was you the one that actually posted this yesterday? Who showed me this the first time? I want to credit the guy. Yes, we are on the last version. Justin Mummy's sentiment. Right now the narrative is short-term bearish, which one I'm predicting 38 bottom. If that breaks, you can do another prediction. I would love a longer consolidation phase instead of a dump pump. Long. Help him with the pronunciation. I'm dying here. Vinny, sorry man, sorry, no bro on the daily. But it looks like it's playing out down on the 4 hourly as well. But we know it's playing out on daily. We checked out daily as well. I tell you guys, oscillator is on the same level as the current up. It never was lower than this right now. Daily. Okay, so everybody say that. Okay, guys. Okay, let's check it. Let's check it on the daily then. But you gotta admit that 4 hourly does look good, right? 4 hourly does look very good. So you know you gotta admit that. Okay, let's go to the daily chart and see the daily chart up here. Now the same thing is happening on the daily chart up here. We're just gonna clean up everything up here on the chart of this. Let's pull it up here, a little bit up here, maybe a little bit low. Can you see this, guys? Can you see this? I think you can see it. It's good enough. It's good enough. Okay, let's start drawing up here. So this, you know, top up here, top up here. There was some line up here, maybe some Clarice up here, maybe down here. Doesn't matter. You go. We went. Maybe it was up here. Maybe it was up here. Right, that's the first one, and then we dropped down and did the zigzag, and then dropped down and did the zigzag, and then we dropped down and had panic. Dropped down, this was panic. 4th of December panic, if you remember. Then we pulled back up with a zigzag, and then we dropped big time to the bottom. Right? So down here is discouragement, right? And then we went a little bit up. We had this, you know, V-shape top up here, That's very nice. So went down, up, down, up, down. So went down, up, down, up, down. So this is actually playing you know, perfectly. And then we had this small move towards the upside, and we had this big move towards the upside, and a big move towards the upside. This actually came a little bit higher than you know, predicted up here. After the dump, we should actually be up there, because if you look at, you know, where the panic pulls back, but you know, we went up there. Right now he you know, was looking at this aversion is happening down here, and right now what we are looking for is some kind of move back to these levels up here. Of course, these levels up here, yeah, now I remember why I'm saying denial, because if you get back to these levels, I'm not in denial anymore, guys. If you get from up here again towards upside, I'm not in denial. That's what I was saying yesterday. You know, now that I have been looking at it on the 4 hourly time frame, you know, I was like, that's not denial. That might be denial. But over here, that's not denial. And you know, he says that up here, right? You know, up here is returning confidence of 60,000. I mean, this is not returning confidence. This is Dodge Daddy 24/7 up here, guys. This is Dodge Daddy 24/7 up here. Returning confidence. Returning confidence maybe for people that are not in the know, but we that are in the know, we know this is not denial, guys. We get up back up here. You know, this is gonna blast through the sky, guys. Blast through the sky. So yeah, the chart is legit. I like the chart. I like the chart very much. So we're gonna post on Twitter and we're gonna write Justin Mommy's sentiment cycle. This is just too good. There we go. Tweet. Like and retweet, guys. Like and retweet. No, somewhere a donkey picture it. Donkey picture. Believe. George talking about it. Okay, George, aversion. Very interesting. Yeah, it is very interesting. I don't know where this is actually coming from. This is liberals wealth client. Justin Mommy's sentiment cycle. I don't know who Justin Mommy's is. Let's check the guy out. Are you an author? Let's Justin Mommy's Wikipedia. Does he have a Wikipedia page about? Maybe write about Justin Mommy's author. So he wrote a bunch of books. This is most, you know, 93 years of age. Interesting, very interesting. So you got a lot of this stock market survival and the meaning of life. So that's probably, don't change anything. When to sell. He's making books covers like we make thumbnails. The nature of risk. When to sell for the 90s. When to sell. When to sell. So he's probably, you know, looking at some, you know, looking to, you know, probably he was making these books. When to sell, when to buy, when to sell. This guy knows how to sell them. I'm gonna buy a couple of these books. I don't know. Author of When to Sell. Just Mouse was senior vice president, chief market technician at Hancock Instinct Equity Services in New York. Now published on Twitter. I would like to, you know, see. obituary. He's Justin Mom is not a writer and stock market technician. So he was stock market, but did he die rich? That what I don't know. Life. Mom is issue traditional lens and kept painstaking records of stock activity through charting. He saw portents of change in trend lines. Probably, I should probably read something of his work. Probably something. Looks nice. Wyckoff died as well. Yeah. So we're gonna look at all these, you know, TA guys that have died. I traded full with it in 2021 and 90% win rate. Wow. Same stuff was happening with Wyckoff last year. Think we're still in panic stage personally. Think it lines up better that way. Might be. Блядь, my Ramakin opinion don't die. Opinions never die. So this is pretty legit, guys. It looks nice. We're gonna look at it more. Right now, Bitcoin is down at, let's see down here at 4-hourly time frame. We're gonna pop some nice, you know, lines up here as well. What are we looking for right now? So short term, guys, short term, what we are looking for, we already know that down here is a bunch of very important support levels, but here on the short term there are important lines as well. First of all, this is one that we are looking to break right now. 29 minutes left. I don't think we are gonna stream for 29 more minutes, but that's a very important level of support. If you start breaking that, we got 2 more levels of support down here at what's that, sorry about that, 39.5, and then you got the last one down here at 39.3. So these 3 levels of support. Now if all of these 3 gets broken, on the downside, all of these 3 gets broken on the downside, I'm looking for more downside, guys. I'm looking for more downside. You know, I don't care what Justin Mamis says, but I'm looking for more on downside. But even his you know, cycle sentiment is working out over here right now. You know, even on the small time frames, the fractal of the bigger one is actually working out as well. US 10-year and crude oil, they pump. Don't know what they mean for us. So right now, Dogecoin is 0.71, Bitcoin is down minus 3.45. Let's go to the daily time frame up here just so we can see a little bit up here, a little bit better. So what more can we look at over here? Luna is down 8%. It's continuing. It broke the trend up here. It continues on downside right now. You can see this big bearish candle. So this looks like, you know, it's gonna go down more. So Luna is saying us we have more downside to go. Getting rejected up here as well after, you know, moving through all of the moving averages. So we might move, you know, we still haven't found the bottom. So these Bitcoin, let's check our Matic as well. Matic as well getting rejected. Everything is getting rejected. Link is getting rejected pretty fast as well. Didn't even come up here. Harmony 1 going up a little bit, getting a little bit rejection. So everything looks right now like it's getting rejected. So I think we got more downside to go. You know, one trick is, you know, to look at altcoins, these big altcoins, see what they are doing. If they have some kind of bearish move, the probability the Bitcoin is going to continue with those same bearish moves is high, right? Is high right now. So right now, you know, risky game up here is going long, even though we are sitting at the support. But you know, up here was, you know, short option up here, but right down here I think it's very risky, because on the first move on downside, like when you dump down here, I said this is a long option because, you know, we are extending that. There is a lot of reason why we should go a little bit towards the upside. We did that, and up here, you know, that was a short option. But over here, you know, second test on the same support line, you know, it's you know, you definitely, you know, people can go long here, but it's not advisable because this looks very, very scary. So until we get some kind of, you know, bullish sentiment, some kind of break of some kind of resistance lines towards the upside, this is definitely not a long option right now. So right now, the crazy guys, you know, they already right now going short because they are saying it's gonna break. You know, the other ones, you know, they are waiting for a breakout and the retest, and, you know, a break on downside and then go short, right? So there is different way how you can do this, but I don't think there is a long option over here right now. The bulls are in disbelief. Full moon, last hope. Yeah, we got 2 days until full moon. So this dump on the downside need, you know, we got This is, I mean, the full moon doesn't have to happen exactly on 16. It can happen a couple of days after that as well. So we can definitely do, so, you know, a move towards downside and again, you know, 17 up here and then, you know, continue towards upside as well. Because if this triangle is legit, the way I think is legit, because you can see here, we've been enjoying this triangle ever since down here, right? And you can see how it is confirming the triangle right now. So I think right now everybody knows about the triangle because they are seeing this. If they don't know about triangle, they don't know how to draw the trend lines. That said, triangle, it looks legit up here, so it depends on how you draw it, you know. So, we usually take this, you know, from top to the bottom, but let's do that. And this move is actually quite heavy though. This move is actually quite heavy, so it looks like we're gonna back down to some kind of 30k levels on this move, but I don't think that's it. I think somewhere in the middle up here. Usually it is somewhere in the middle up here, and that gives us some move, some kind of 33,000 that we actually also discussed that it might be the bottom. 33, 32, 34,000 give or take. What happened last full moon? Last full moon we pumped. See here? Last full moon up here we pumped big time, and then new moon we dumped. TLI educating future trillionaires. Possible rising wedge also TLI. Rising wedge on what? On the short-term time frames. Rising wedge. Where do you see rising wedge? I don't see rising wedge, man. I see a resistance line up here that might hold down here, maybe. But I don't see any rising wedge. I don't see a rising wedge. Doesn't matter. That's it, guys. That's it. That's you know, that's Bitcoin. We talked a little bit about Elon Musk, Dogecoin, this, that. Had fun. Checked out Jenny's Memi's sentiment, whatever it's called. I believe in the Justin Mommy's sentiment bicycle. I'm selling. Yeah, I could not pronounce it as well. I'm selling my wedding and going all in. We'll see. We'll see. Rising channel. You mean this big one? I mean, it is a support, but it is, you know, it could be a part of a, you know, bear flag up here, right, on the downside. So we are looking at that as well. Doesn't matter. This is a very important line. And once we start breaking that, you'll see MMCrypto. If this happens, MMCrypto will make emergency live video. I forgot to say put emergency in the title. But if that happens, MMCrypto will make emergency live stream video for you guys if this happens. Emergency. Remember that. That's it, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for joining me on the, you know, evening live stream. Tomorrow morning, Bitcoin Daily, 9 AM sharp Central European time. Later tomorrow, we're gonna probably have, you know, another one of these evening live streams. Do check, you know, the Twitter. Do check down the links down below if you know, if you find something you like or not like. Join the Telegram if you're not getting all the notifications, because notifications are not going always to everybody, especially these live streams. Especially these live streams. So let's say, it doesn't matter, especially these live streams. So mount will be extra wide open in this thumbnail. Yeah, it will. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. Maybe leave you with a little bit of nice tunes and the stream with. Only noobs watch MMCrypto. Smart people watch TLA. Yeah. The problem with MMCrypto, you don't learn much. You don't learn much. That said, 2 more months, guys. 2 more months. Moons, guys. It's gonna happen. Moons are gonna happen, guys. Where's the moons? Learn how to lose money. You know, true, I stopped watching people with open mounts. I had open mounts, but people was complaining so much, I was like, let's cut that out. It's gonna happen, guys. Believe in the moons. Believe in the moons. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye. Where's the stuff?